What's going on, everybody? My name is Cole, and welcome back to Speak from the Heart, a testimonial podcast series where athletes share how God has worked through their athletic career. And today I'm joined by an infielder and outfielder who's played at Union University and Indiana University Southeast and is currently continuing his career in professional indie ball. Slater Schield. So, Slater, welcome to the show, man. I'm really excited to have you on here.
What's going on? Thanks for having me, dude.
Met Slater at IU Southeast last year. He came down during the fall. Were you here some of the spring too? I can't really remember. I'm pretty sure it was more.
No, 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 just in the fall.
Yeah,
Was it
so
last
we,
fall? It feels like so much longer.
yeah, dude, it really
So
was. I mean, you were there for a decent amount of time. We took ground balls together. We're doing a bunch of Bible study stuff together. Me, you, and Yant. Just love that group of guys. You were part of that group too as well. But really was a pleasure to meet you. And now here we are. So we get to continue this connection and get to talk about your story because it's an amazing one. So I'm really excited to have you on here, man.
dude, thanks again, man.
Yeah, of course. So you grew up in Franklin, Tennessee, and baseball has been a huge part of your life since you were born. Even hearing that your dad had a baseball in your hand the day that you came into the world. So, what was your upbringing like, and when did you realize that baseball was something deeper than just a game to you?
Yeah, man, it was exactly that. I mean, baseball was the first thing I touched in this world, and my dad made sure of that. But dude, I've always loved baseball. I've always loved the competition. Really, really is it's me.
Hmm.
Not it's me now, but I just love the competition.
Yeah.
Love the competition of baseball and just the competing is I fell in love with competing.
Hmm. And you've been around it your whole entire life. You played travel ball from a young age, and you developed that passion pretty early on. So,
Yeah.
what kept your love of the game strong through all those years, especially when the game can start to become demanding?
Dude, I really think it's the relationships, man. Like the relationships, having good teammates is it's the best thing ever. And just competing, going out with the boys and just
Yeah.
having fun. And dude, baseball's a game and we're
Hmm.
supposed to have fun.
Exactly right. And looking back on when you started playing ball, like how did you see God's hand on your story from the very beginning?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I kind of grew up in a Christian household. My grandpa was a pastor for well over 50 years all across the country. So I was raised in the church. My grandpa actually baptized me.
That's awesome.
And my whole team was there, like my mentor was there, my hitting coach. Yeah, so that was really special for me. But yeah, I grew up in the church and I feel like he's just blessed me with this ability to play baseball. And
Hmm.
the only thing I want to do is use it to glorify him. So
That's awesome. Yeah, and I think we kind of all have that moment where it almost feels as though when we play the game, we play it for the love of the game and to do it for ourselves. But then we can, once we start to develop that relationship with God, all we want to do now is just glorify Him and His name through how we play the game. And so that kind of realization, I'm sure for you was awesome. As many Christian athletes, that realization is necessary. Um, so in Genesis 50, verse 20, it talks about you intended to harm me, but God intended it for good. So in high school, your junior year, you were hitting 330, really gaining momentum, and then your senior season was cut short by COVID, and you were hitting, 500. So how did you handle that adversity and that moment taken away from you that year, especially during such a critical time in your career?
yeah, dude, it was tough, man. It was real tough. I'm gonna be honest. My senior year, we had such a great group of guys. We were definitely gonna make a state run.
Hmm.
So it kind of sucked, but um, it gave me a ton of time to just like kind of reshape my mind on what's truly like important.
Hmm.
And for one, I mean, baseball is important to me. I want to give a shout out to my brother Brody. Um, we would spend probably 12 hours a day at the field during COVID, which I don't know if we were supposed to or not. Um, but dude, we were hopping the fence getting over there. But dude, it was a fun time. I say fun time, just to spend that much time with my brother and
Yeah.
my especially my grandparents.
Hmm.
Um, And yeah, just spending time with my grandpa to really like I mean, I would just ask him so many questions. I still ask my grandma so many questions today. But just to have that time to spend with my family and kind of reshape what's truly important in my life was huge.
Yeah.
Was huge.
I think COVID, you could obviously look at the upsetting parts of it, especially in baseball, like, so many seasons that got canceled. That whole year was just so weird. But it's how you handle that adversity and use it for good. And so, I
Exactly.
mean, I had the similar experience where I got to hang out with my brother every day. I got to hang out with my best friend, and we went to go lift all the time. I would always be at the field as well, even though we weren't really supposed to.
Can't
Um,
get away from it, dude.
no, you can't. And I mean, it just, and the worst thing about it was like, you have that itch. Like, it's just like, oh, I'm supposed to be playing baseball right now. And you just like, I'm not playing baseball. Summer ball rolled around and I was playing for the Pokers. That was probably the best summer I ever had in high school. And that was when the passion for the game just continued to erupt because like, you know how fast things can get taken away from you. It's just like in a blink
Yeah.
of an
So
eye.
you were able to play during 2020?
Yeah, so we actually played in the summer. I think you had to get your COVID shot. I'm pretty sure you had to have it. Had to play
Wow.
with masks on. I didn't play my high school season. I played in the summer. Our high school season was cut short. I think we
Okay.
did two scrimmages, and then I think it was like a national mandate that we couldn't play. Like the season was going to get canceled.
Yeah.
So we had no idea how the COVID years were going to be handed out. What was the eligibility status? Like what's going to happen with that year? We had no idea. So I think the majority of that was once it was summertime, like we still got to play. I still got to play summer ball that year. So, but you still had to have the masks. Like I had to wear a mask and all that stuff, and it sucked. But at least
Yeah.
we were able to get to some level of normalcy again. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, that was a weird time. Did you not get to play any summer ball that year either?
No, dude.
Dang man.
Wasn't
Yeah,
able to do
it's
any. Dude, I was literally spending about 12 hours a day with my brother at the field.
yeah,
Just him feeding the machine. Like he hit. He's a lefty. I wish I was a lefty, but had
don't
such
we
a
all?
beautiful swing.
Yeah.
But man,
Yeah.
dude, it was a fun time. It really sucked, but
No,
it
I
was.
agree. I was reading this article, and that's where I got a lot of my information on you. Is it was I think it was maybe your senior spotlight at IU Southeast, but it was basically asking a bunch of questions about being recruited and being
Hmm.
overlooked. And you mentioned being a little overlooked because of your size,
Hmm.
and not getting the same attention as others. So, how did you deal with that adversity, and what did that teach you about trusting in God instead of outside validation from other people?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, for one, my freshman year of high school, I was 99 pounds. And dude, I was such a late bloomer. It was
Mm-hmm.
insane.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, for me, it was more just trying to compete with myself. I found out like, man, like if I can outwork just everybody, like that's gonna put me above instead of, trying to just be better, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, Especially because I was tiny, man. Like
Yeah.
I was so small. Um, but yeah, it really taught me that more looking like up instead of like out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like putting my focus on things above and not like my competition, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Uh, because that getting into that mindset, you can get into a rabbit hole real quick
Oh yeah, for sure.
with comparison. So
Yes. It's the thief of joy.
yeah, absolutely.
In First Samuel 16, verse 7, it talks about how man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at our hearts. So
Hmm.
I also was in that same situation. I was like maybe 115 as a freshman. So I was also not very big. I was very undersized. I think that kind of small guy attitude toward things, like to push toward, like you can have all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Like there's a quote out there. I think that was in a movie. Um, but just having that obsession and working hard every day and like not really caring about what other people think about me and just to continue moving forward despite what, my physical appearance. Like I loved Jose Altuve. He's,
Mhm.
5'7", 165. And that was before all the cheating scandals and stuff like that. I still think he's a good player. Just sucks that the Astros, were involved in a cheating scandal or whatever it was going on. But um, I think I took pride in that, taking pride into a small guy. And I think it makes you work harder because you see all these guys that are bigger than you. I can pull up pictures from, 2015, 2016 of us, showing up our medals or whatever trophy we got at whatever tournament we won. And you would be able to spot me pretty quick. Um, but I'm appreciative of having that fire because I think that's if I was given everything that I wanted and I was 6'5", 250, and I was just this bowling ball just can mash baseballs like 450 feet, like sure that would be awesome, but I probably wouldn't have worked as hard as I did now.
Mm.
But yeah, man, I think it's a cool story to just kind of look back on. Who cares about what other people think about me, despite being smaller? Like, who cares? I can be the scrappy guy for a little bit, and then once I lift some weights, I'll be hitting some over the fence. So,
Exactly, dude.
yeah. So let's talk about going into college. You
Mm.
decided to go to Union,
Yep.
and how did that decision shape you, and what did God teach you during your time there?
Dude, God taught me so much, but I think the most important thing was to just trust his plan no matter what.
Hmm.
That was the one thing that he's still teaching me today is just to trust him.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I went to Union and then hopped in the portal, and that time was crazy for me. I was playing. Um, I ended up kind of hurt my shoulder towards the end of the year or end of the summer. Um, Ended up rehabbing it, got it better. I had some offers in the portal. I was just praying about it, and I was like, man, like none of these seem right for me. None of them seem like the right fit. And so I was like, well, I guess I was still smaller. I was still smaller for sure. And I was like, I'll spend this next whole year entirely just to get bigger and stronger and faster. Um, which I still did, but IU Southeast ended up calling, and dude, I just fell in love. And
Hmm.
they wanted me right then and there, and I was like, let's do it, dude. It
Yeah.
was just felt amazing, like it felt amazing. The
Yeah.
people there were awesome.
Touch more on that uncertainty. Like how did you lean on God during that transfer portal period of time about having, a clear direction?
Yeah, dude. So after that summer season, didn't wasn't playing baseball. Like baseball was my life. Like baseball at that point in time was me.
Hmm.
Um, so having that kind of taken away from you is just like the most humbling thing ever because you realize like, man, like I'm not just a baseball player. Like I'm a child of God.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing on this earth. Um, so being able to trust that and trust his plan, like, man, no matter what happens, like he's gonna take care of me. Like no matter what happens, like with whatever, baseball, life, he's gonna take care of me. And there's struggles. There are definitely some struggles. But no matter what, he's gonna end up taking care of you.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly right.
that, keeping that in the back of your head is just was one of the greatest things for me.
Hmm.
Because it allowed me to just truly like breathe. Like I could breathe. It gave me the freedom to just like relax,
Yeah.
knowing that it's truly under control.
Hmm.
Yeah, and he proved it.
Yeah.
He proved it. Led me
Awesome.
to the right spot for sure.
Yeah. And the portal's an interesting place. After my second year at EKU, I entered the portal. So, and that's when I went
How
to
was
IU
that for you?
Southeast.
How was
Um,
the total experience for you?
it was weird, because I was at kind of my wit's end. It was more so having to deal with there was a lot of politics and
Yeah.
some. It's very much a business. It didn't really feel like a game anymore, and I was kind
Mhm.
of at the point where I was just like, man, do I really want to play it anymore? So I think I more so entered the portal because I didn't want to regret. I was kind of content with, in my mind, I thought I was content, but really my heart, I was not content with being done. I
Hmm.
I kind of told myself like, oh, I'm gonna put my name in the portal, and if nothing comes back, like no one really wants me, then I'll be completely fine with that because I opened the door to see if there was an opportunity there, and if there wasn't, then it's okay. But in
Hmm.
reality, if no opportunity came up, I'm pretty sure I would not be in a good place right now. If I stopped playing then and there. But I used all my resources. I talked to coaches. I talked to people I played for. I more so wasn't even looked at in the portal, to be honest. Like from a stats and who I'm as a player perspective, it was more so um, coaches and people I played for asking if, hey, you need a shortstop or second baseman. Um, I got a guy. That was more so what it was. It was word of mouth. It wasn't necessarily like, oh, there's just a name, and thousands of other names like in this Word document or whatever of whoever's in the portal. But Coach Neffendorf spoke to me, man. Like I visited a couple other places, and I didn't really feel like that was for me. Like you said, the fit wasn't there, and
Hmm.
I Coach Neff leaned on me, believed in me before I even stepped on the field, and so I gave it my all there, and I'm glad that I went. I think that place was awesome. It was such a good stepping stone for me. I think it was a good building block for me as a person, and
Yeah.
me as a baseball player as well. I learned so many things from the guys that were older than me, like Logan Beard and Preston Shelton, just getting to play again for the first time in my college career. Like that whole process, I think, lead me the right way, and I'm so glad that I was given an opportunity because I feel like if I just threw my name in the portal and nothing came back, I wouldn't be very happy right now. I think I would be like, dang, what if something came up, so.
Yeah.
I'm glad it went my way, and it's a scary place. It's weird because you don't know, like you got no clue. Like if I didn't have the connections I had, I'm not sure what would have happened. I don't think I would have been able to find a place. I might have,
Yeah.
but probably not. It's interesting to say. But God had a plan for me. I wanted to use all the opportunity I could to find as many places or possibilities or doors that I could have possibly opened, and I gave myself a chance, and here I am still playing 2 years later. So. I'm just thankful and I'm blessed to continue playing the sport, man. So I'm sure that you are blessed and thankful for the opportunities you've been given. Because I mean, look at you now, bro. You're playing professional baseball.
Hey, praise God.
Yeah,
Praise.
exactly. Praise the Lord, man. Um, so you talked about IU Southeast. They reached out to
Mhm.
you. You said you felt like instantly like the culture was different. What made that place feel right to you? And how did you know that that was where God was leading you?
Dude, prayer. Prayer was a big thing for me. Prayer and just the people there. Like the
Hmm.
people there was just something about it was different.
Yeah.
Something you could just tell. And I'm sure
Yeah.
you could tell too.
No,
I'm
yeah,
sure
for sure.
it's hard to explain to other people,
Yeah.
but it was just everything was different.
Hmm.
And prayed about it. Um, and I just felt like it was the right decision.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy I did because I met some of my best friends there. So yeah, it was awesome. Had the
Yeah.
Bible study. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
real fun. That
That
was
was
real fun.
good. I think that was one of the biggest things that helped us grow as a team, and helped me
Yeah.
grow closer with all the guys. Because a lot of the guys, we kind of just after practice, we just kind of went and did our own thing. Like there wasn't really
Hmm.
like a big hangout. Like some guys wouldn't really want to. I don't say want. I don't think they didn't want to or not, but we just kind of would do our own thing. Like some guys lived at home, they went back home. Some guys went back to the dorms and played Rocket League all day or 2K or whatever. And but Bible study was our time whenever we would come together. We'd have 10 to 15 dudes that would come and show up in the spring, and I got close with a lot of those guys like Goody and Yant and Joel, and
Hmm.
um, just that was good for us too because I think that really helped us lean on God a lot more and grow in our
Yeah.
relationship with Him and to show us the big picture. When especially when we were going into the postseason, um,
Hmm.
just us all getting together. Some guys, more guys continued to show up as the year went on. So that brotherhood, like I completely understand that brotherhood and like almost feeling like a family. you're in that grit and that grind. Like I had never played on a dirt field before other than my freshman year of high school. Since then, I've played
Wow.
on turf my whole entire life. So sophomore year of high school to sophomore year of college, I played on turf. So here I am at IE Southeast, like we're doing field work after practice. We got a tarp pull whenever rain's coming in. Like, but we got to do that together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like waking up at 5 in the morning for weights, what 5 or 6 in the morning to go to weights in the morning. Like just that brotherhood of guys. Like
Yeah.
that was cool about it. I completely agree. I know what you're talking about. I know what you because I've experienced it as well. But
Yeah. Dude, and I'm so happy that you continued it, bro. Like I'm
yeah,
so happy you
yeah.
guys you guys kept that going.
Me and Yanto and Luca, we made sure, because it's so easy to just be like, oh, we'll just do it some other day, and we continued. We're busy, got class, got games, and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
you helped out with that a lot, and I really appreciate that. We were just bouncing ideas off of each other, and honestly, we kind of went by your format. I kind of tried to stick it the way that you did it, and just that was kind of how we did it for the rest of the year. So.
Yeah.
But that was good. I really enjoyed it, and that was where we got pretty close too. So that was awesome, man. I'm glad that you continue to show up and be a part of that, even whenever you weren't technically on the team. Which I mean, you're a part of the team, but like just not that specific
Yeah.
here. But you still
Hey,
have
and I do want to give a big shout out to Nate Ross. Nate Ross was one of the pastors at one of the churches around IUS, and dude, it was me and a catcher that was there, Chase, and we were like, man, like I feel like we should like I always thought like I wanted to start a Bible study,
yeah.
and I was, you know what, like let's just go talk to the pastor.
Hmm.
So we went there. He came out to one of the practices, spoke, and he ended up giving us a gift card for pizza so we could
Nice.
have pizza and Bible studies for that first year.
That's awesome.
And I just want to say thank you for that. And I
Yeah,
it meant so much to us.
that's a big shout out right there. That's good.
Yeah.
And I like how there's so many times in the Bible where it talks about being in unity with people, being in it together whenever you are praising God and praying. It says in Psalm
Mhm.
how good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. And there's another verse talking about how when there is multiple in prayer, that is where I will be, talking about Jesus.
Mhm.
So that was so cool just to be a part of that community, that brotherhood of guys, and that's how we propelled to have a pretty solid season. Unfortunately, we lost in lost in the regional to British Columbia, but we lost in the championship. We were one game away from going to Lewiston. So, but loved that group of guys. I think about them here and there, and wish them the absolute best as they continue on throughout their careers as well. But so let's talk about your first season. It started a little slow, but then the team started to come together, and you guys made a strong finish with a record of 33-20. So, how did that season teach you about perseverance and trusting in the process?
Yeah, man. It was crazy. Um, You're talking about first year at IUS.
Yeah.
My first year. Okay. Yeah, that was crazy. It was fun. It was really fun. And we were felt like such a new team. Obviously it was a little different for me that because I just got there and I transferred in during the winter. So I
Hmm.
came in January and was just kind of thrown into it. Um, but it was awesome, man. They all welcomed me with open arms.
Yeah.
Um, really, really got close. And as we got closer, then we started winning.
Yeah.
And dude, it was fun, man.
That's
It was
awesome.
fun.
And after that year, you went through a coaching change,
Hmm.
but you never wavered in your commitment to your teammates and to that program. So what does loyalty mean to you? And how did your faith play a role in staying grounded during that transition?
Yeah. Yeah, for me, especially going through that summer season, I had a pretty good summer season. And so I was thinking about a lot of different things. And we had our coach called and he said that he was leaving and we were all like, oh, like we were all startled for sure.
Hmm.
Um, but dude, we stayed together. we stayed together, man, and
Yeah.
it was crazy to see everybody stay together.
Yeah.
And I think that's like that towards the end of my first year there. It's you could tell like we were getting real close. We did the Bible study, and dude, I no one could leave each other, man. No one could leave, dude. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was awesome.
That's
It was
awesome.
awesome.
Um, so I think this is something cool that you and KP want to talk about on here, but let's talk about that World Series run. Um, how did you kind of lean on God throughout that, and what were some of the emotions that you were kind of battling? Did you feel any nervousness? Did you feel some sort of like doubt whenever some games weren't going your guys' way? Like for instance, the 11-2 comeback where you guys scored, 12 or 13 in the ninth inning against Indiana Tech. Like that was insane. I think Coach Ope always talks about that. And he always brings up that video, like especially whenever we have a bad game or like, we kind of give up a little bit early. He's like, "Oh, you guys better turn on this video. You better see this video. He's got thousands of views. It's us coming back against IU Tech." So, talk about the World Series run a little bit and how God played a role in that.
Dude, first of all, I love Ope.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
Ope.
he's the
What
GOAT.
a guy. What a guy. Dude, it was fun, man. That game specifically was the probably the greatest game I'll ever play in my life, maybe. Like that to score that many runs with two outs in the bottom of the ninth was just
Yeah.
like it it was just unheard of.
Yeah, if you
Totally
all want to
unheard
watch
of.
that video, I will leave it in the description below this. But please, if you want to see some amazing baseball, just some amazing players getting it done. I mean that video was unreal. That was also a big reason why I was like, dang, this program is nice. Like I really wanted to be a part of something like this. So that was awesome. But yeah, can continue. Sorry to cut you off.
Dude, no, you're good, bro. Definitely go watch that, y'all.
Mhm.
Um, but dude, it was crazy. Like prayer was again such a huge thing. Um, I mean, we were all like, I'm not gonna be the last out. Here you go, bud. Like, just kept going. Just
Yeah,
we kept going, dude. It was wild, man. It
yeah.
was wild. Um, but yeah, yeah. I mean, God had a plan. God
Mhm.
had a plan. So
Yeah, so you've faced a lot of success and some adversity, and you continue to chase your dream to be a professional baseball player, but now you're here. So tell me some about your indie ball transition and how you've continued to be grounded in your faith, even when now you're being paid to play baseball, which is just an absolute dream for every little kid that wants to be a baseball player. Like they want to be that. That's their job. They want it to be their job. So how has God kept you grounded in that transition?
yeah, I think one thing, professional baseball is there's so many uncertainties,
Hmm.
um, so many ups and downs. I mean, it's such a long season compared to college for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but I think the main thing is just staying grounded in God.
Hmm.
That for me has helped me the most.
Yeah.
Um, just because there's anything can happen. It's professional baseball, anything can happen.
Exactly right.
But when all these certain things are happening, like what is gonna actually hold you and
Hmm.
keep you steady.
Exactly right.
So I think leaning on God and just trusting the process, trusting Him, trusting that His way is the best way,
Yeah.
even though sometimes it might not feel like it. His way is the
Yeah.
best way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times what we do on this podcast specifically is we go back to our identity and our image and who
Mhm.
we are as people. So how has God showed you who you are and shaped your identity beyond the game of baseball?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a child of God. Baseball player comes after that.
Hmm.
And keeping the main thing
Yeah.
is one of the best things that I've I've learned as I've gone on.
Hmm.
Um, so that for sure. Especially, I mean, so many uncertainties.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this off season. Well, last season. It would have been my first year of professional baseball, first full year. And dude, I broke my hamate bone with about a month left in the season.
Dang.
Played through that. Don't know how I played through that. But played through that. Praise God that I was able to finish the season and
Hmm.
got surgery. And dude, when baseball's it's when it's taken away from you, it's like what do you got?
Yeah.
Like what do you got? And I think this time I knew that Jesus had me. I knew
Yeah.
that God had me.
Hmm.
Everything was going to work out how it should. And dude, that's what kept my brain just working.
Yeah. And I think what's cool, unfortunately, that you had to go through something like that and get surgery and have it taken away for a little bit. I think what's cool about it is you get time to figure out who you are and your identity in
Hmm.
Jesus whenever things that may hold so important to you in your image are being taken away. For
Hmm.
instance, for 2 years, my first college years, I played in 5 games. I had two at bats and I pinch ran 3 times, over the course of 2 years. So it was hard because that all throughout high school, I'm like, oh, I'm Cole Reynolds. I'm going to Eastern Kentucky University. I'm a Division I baseball commit. I'm this. I'm this. And that pride and that ego almost built up this false identity of where I just was going. I was setting myself up for failure and to literally
Hmm.
break my own heart. But that's just what the world does. Like it wants us to stay worldly. It wants us to love the things of this world, to be so consumed with this idea of, money, status, fame, whatever you may believe is important to you. But in reality, that's just not the truth. Like when there's nothing, what do you have? Like exactly what you said. When you lost it all, what do you have? And I started going to church again. I started going to Bible studies. Like I always went to FCA, but I saw myself as a baseball player. But
Hmm.
even though when I lost it, what will I see myself now as? Like it's hard to
Yeah.
answer that question. Like who am I? Who is Cole Reynolds truly?
Hmm.
So having that time to myself, having that time with God is super important. And I think sometimes we face those certain things and those injuries and those, why God this? Why are you taking this from me? Why am I going through this? To almost reel us back into Him.
Yeah.
Um, so that's the reason why I believe that I went through what I went through. Just like how you could probably say you went through that because God wanted to reel you back in and to really hone in your relationship with Him. And now my relationship is better than ever with Him, and I'm continuing to play baseball, bringing Him with me instead of I'm just gonna go play baseball and then God's on the back burner. Or that's my God side of my life, and this is baseball. So but keep it together. You know what I mean? So. Um, but yeah, man, I'll finish up a little. I'll finish up a little bit here. How from this episode, how would you want others to see and to use your journey about how God has impacted you, and what would you want people to take away from your career?
Yeah. It's a good question. It's a great question, actually. I was talking about this the other day with my personal Bible study,
Hmm.
and my group of guys, and I was saying how, in college, I felt like God was calling me to start a Bible study, and I started one. And in the Pro Bowl this past year, it felt like He was calling me to start a Bible study, and I did it. And I think I want people to be okay being uncertain, to just trust the process,
Hmm.
really trust the process, and just trust that God is going to take care of you no matter how nervous you are, no matter how scared, no matter what's going on
Yeah.
in life. God is truly going to take care of you. And that's what I want people to take away from this is that yes, we're baseball players, but like, dude, that's not who we truly are. We're
Hmm.
we're children of God,
Exactly
and
right.
that's the most important thing in this life.
Yeah.
Don't let being uncomfortable hold you back from doing God's will. I've seen how God can work through something as simple as starting a Bible study, and I had the chance to do that before. And this past year, when I got traded, even though I felt like I should start one again, I didn't. And I think part of it was being new and only having, a short time there. And I let discomfort hold me back. And now looking back, I think that's where I've grown. I've realized it's not about me feeling ready. It's about trusting God and stepping out of the way, knowing He'll take care of the rest. And that's what I want people to get out of this.
And in Ephesians 2, verse 10, it says, "We are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works." So do good for the world, help other people, make an impact. And this is what this is all about. So Slater,
Yeah.
I'm really happy that you were able to get on this with me. I really appreciate you doing this, bro, and I wish you the absolute best of luck throughout the rest of your professional career, man. This is awesome, and I'm so glad we got to connect. It's been probably about a year or so that we
Dude,
haven't talked.
it's been a long time, dude.
Yeah, of
Man, thank you so much again, bro.
course,
Thank
bro.
you.
Yeah, well, best of luck, bro, and thank you all for watching. Come back next Sunday for the next episode.